Probopass is one of those Pokemon that makes me think to myself, is anyone really gonna watch this one? But then you do, and you know, I appreciate that. We're hitting them all, and it's definitely interesting in battle. Its defenses are obviously incredible, which pair wonderfully with its rock and steel typing and its 9 resistances and an immunity. But even its 75 special attack is at least usable, and it ends up being pretty decent with support from Thunder Wave and Stealth Rocks, some setup with Iron Defense and Rock Polish, as well as a pretty solid list of offensive options. The 2 quad weaknesses are a pretty big issue, but Sturdy after Gen 5 helps out with that. It's honestly surprisingly decent, 3.5 stars. As for availability, why were like none of these newly added evolutions even available in base Diamond and Pearl? Anyway, you can catch and evolve Nosepass before the 3rd gym in Platinum, which is crazy early and will get a boost, and it's honestly found shockingly early in most other regions, as well as not taking long to evolve. Surprisingly, this thing gets 4 stars in availability, and its concept is also pretty interesting. Visually, it clearly is based off of the Moai statues on Easter Island, but it seems to take most of its inspiration from compasses, with a lot of really interesting little tidbits that tie into and explain that further. Though none of its dex entries mention the mustache at all until good old Professor Laventon and Hisui, who explains that it gathered iron sand to form a luscious mustache with which it smites its prey. 4 stars. But design-wise, it's actually kind of tricky because it is very interesting to look at the details with the Moai statue hat and the little head arm things that can use the elemental punches for some reason, but as a whole, holy cow, this thing is so ugly. Mr. Potato Head woke up in the wrong isekai. But for real, I think this is a very clear and direct downgrade from Nosepass, who is at least oddly charming, 2.5 stars, which will give Probopass a pretty decent 3.5 stars overall.